Brian, the home loan and real estate guy, and I am doing this video because I have some shocking news that I need to share with everybody about consumer finances. So every morning we get reports from all of our market analysts, our investors, and they basically tell us, the state of the economy, how things are going. We get projections on mortgage rates, things like that, based on what's going on in the stock market, with consumer spending, consumer savings, unemployment, all this data. So anyways, every morning I come in and I watch and read. I spend about an hour going through these reports, so we know what, the health of the economy is, the health of, the consumer is, what's going on in the labor markets, all this data, so we can relay this to our customers so they know, if it's a good time to buy, sell, refinance, so they can plan accordingly. And today, today was a doozy. I got some shocking results. And this is something that I need to share with everybody because, we have a Fed chair, Jerome Powell, who is out there telling everybody that the economy is great. It's fine. We're going to achieve the soft landing. And then you get, I made notes. I actually made notes on this because I didn't want to leave anything out. So then we get this report this morning from the New York Fed survey of consumer finances. Okay, so this is the New York Fed. They does a survey of consumer finances. And what I'm about to tell you is pretty shocking. Okay, and so we're just going to get into it. So this was the biggest thing. Over the last 2 months, only 14% of consumers could pay their debts on time. So let me stop here real quick and re-say that. Over the last 2 months, only 14% of consumers in America, 14%, could pay their debts on time. That means 86% of Americans who carry debt are unable over the last 2 months to pay their debts on time. If you are unable to pay your debts on time, that means you don't have any money in your savings account, right? You're not working the hours. You're not bringing in the income. 86% of the American population who has debt are unable to pay this debt on time. That's a shocking statistic to me, right? And to be honest, it's upsetting because, again, we have on one hand the Fed, Jerome Powell, he's basically the front man, going out there and getting on the news and telling everybody, oh, hey, the economy is great. We've seen a little uptick in inflation. Unemployment's, rising a little bit. But hey, overall, everything's good. Bro, it's not good. 86% of the population can't pay their bills on time. Dude, that's alarming, right? So it even gets better. 90-day plus delinquencies. Okay, so somebody who is 90 days late or more on their auto payments is at a 15-year high. So not only did you miss one payment, not only did you miss 2 payments, 3 or more payments are at a 15-year high. Credit cards, this is a big one too. 90-day late or more delinquency rate is at a 14-year high. So we have 14% of the population can only pay their bills on time. We have, over the last 15 years, we're at a 15-year high on auto loan delinquencies and a 14-year high delinquency on credit cards. This is shocking, right? These are really crappy numbers. So what does that tell you about the economy? Well, it's not doing so well, right? And we're not going to get political because there's no point in doing that. The administration, we know what's happening. We know the incoming administration. Hopefully they can fix it, right? Praying that they can fix it. But what do you do in the meantime? What does somebody do who is 90 days late on their car and on their credit cards, right? And has no savings? What can you do? To be honest with you, there's not much you can do, right? You can go out and get another job. You can try to stop spending, but how do you remedy that debt, right? I mean, if you're unable to pay that debt, what do? You got to go get another job. Well, guess what? Unemployment is rising. The Fed is reporting somewhere between 4.1, 4.2, but the private sector, big payroll companies, are actually saying the unemployment rate is 7% plus, right? So the economy is not doing as well as, what the media and what the Fed is portraying. So what do you do in this situation? When you have this debt, you're unable to pay the debt, what do you do? Well, I specialize in home loans and real estate. So I'm only going to talk to the people that own a house or who are wanting to buy or who are wanting to sell, right? That's my business, okay? For the other people, the renters, the only thing I can say is, go get another job, right? Stop frivolous spending. Stop eating out. Get you a wife who cooks everything and makes it at home. But let's talk about those people who have mortgages, okay? Those homeowners who are in debt, okay? Who are paying 24 to 29% interest on their credit cards. Auto loan rates at 11 and 12%. This is what you need to do. If you are one of those people, if you're a homeowner and you're one of these people who are delinquent on your auto loans, your credit cards, your bills, things are starting to get really nasty, do not continue and let it get really bad. Do not put yourself in a really bad situation. You can fix this, and I'm going to tell you how. It's a Band-Aid, okay? But this will put you on the right track. So if you have auto loans that are 9% plus, you have credit cards that if they're higher than 10%, call me ASAP. The reason you need to call me is because we're going to get you an equity line of credit. You're going to consolidate all of that stuff, keep your low rate first mortgage. We're going to consolidate all of that stuff, okay, into a payment that's a little bit more affordable and manageable so you don't have to go late, okay? So you can put yourself in a better situation because I'm telling you, people, 14% of the population, only 14% of American people who have debt are able to pay that on time. That's ridiculous and it's unacceptable, right? And hopefully the new administration coming in will change this. But what do we do in the meantime? Okay, because change takes time, right? It's not going to be, snapping a finger and boom, here we go, okay? So in the meantime, what do? You need to consolidate that debt. That's the first thing. You need to consolidate it. You need to lower the interest rate on there. And then you need to tighten the belt. Tighten that pocketbook, right? So, for anybody who has high interest rates, call me. We're not going to try to refinance your low interest rate first mortgage. No, let's just get you an equity line because people have all this equity in their house, and let's consolidate that crap into a much more affordable and manageable payment. Now, let's get off this train of mortgages. Let's talk about buying and selling. I am in the business of real estate too, buying and selling. So when I smell blood in the water, it's time to pounce. This is a buyer's market right now. Knowing that only 14% of people can pay their bills on time, if you are looking to buy, you are looking to invest, this is the time. Get ready, okay? Because interest rates are moving up temporarily. If you watch my 45-minute long video that I did last week, you'll know that mortgage rates are going to come down in 2025 because unemployment skyrocketing, inflation is going up, and again, with only 14% of people being able to pay their bills on time, the Fed is going to be forced to cut the Fed fund rate. Mark my words, keep this video, screenshot this crap, I don't care. Come back to me in 6 months. I'm telling you, the Fed is going to be forced to lower the Fed fund rate because there is no way that this is sustainable. You can't be 90 plus days late on your auto loan. They're going to get repossessed. You can't be 90 plus days late on your credit cards. They're going to get canceled and go into collections. Okay? So when you have rising unemployment, rising inflation, people not paying their bills on time, that's a crappy economy. Things are not great. We're not achieving the soft landing that Powell has been saying. That's a bunch of BS. So, buyers, I know the economy is tough, and I would never say, never, ever, ever would I tell any of my customers, put yourself in a bad situation. Do not. But if you can afford it, if you can afford to buy and you can afford to invest, this is the time to do it because people are in a pinch, right? So there's going to be some great deals for buyers. I mean, there's already great deals. My wife, we have a couple customers who are out shopping. Houses are starting to sit 60 and 90 days. Some of them are overpriced, but there's a lot of inventory starting to come to market, okay? People are in a bad situation. So again, if you're a buyer, this is a good time to buy. You have a window of opportunity to take advantage of this. I feel bad by saying that, but it is a dog-eat-dog world, and again, I'm in the business of real estate. What about those people who are looking to sell? Okay, so let's talk about this. And again, I'm going to just be real, right? I get a lot of flack for being real from other agents and other lenders, and they're like, you're telling people to hold and not sell and blah, 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 blah. Look, I tell people all the time, do what you have to do that benefits you, right? And puts you in the best financial situation possible. If you have to sell, you have to, right? Because you can't make your bill payments on time, then do what you have to do. Sell, use that equity, pay off all your debt, right? Because who wants to pay 12%, 12% auto loans, 24 to 29% credit card rates? Sell, pay all that crap off. Go get an FHA loan, throw 3.5% on a brand new home, or, just buy another home with low down payment, and take the rest of that money and put it in the savings account. Don't feel that you have to take all your equity and transfer it from one home to another. No. Take all that equity, pay off all your debt, throw a bunch of money in the savings account for a rainy day, and use an FHA to buy another home. Okay, so if you're in a situation where you can't afford it, then sell. If you're not in a situation where you're like, I have money in the bank, I really don't need to sell, I was hoping to move, but you're not in a financial situation, then wait, hold. Don't do it right now, because there's so many people in these situations, right? Right now is not the time, with interest rates where they're at, with so many people in these situations. There's just not a lot of buyers out there. Well, obviously, a lot of people can't afford it. I mean, only 14% of people can make their payments on time. So if you're a seller and you don't have to sell, I would hold. I would wait until next year. I'm going to say March, April. We could look and see how the market's starting to do once Trump takes office. We could reanalyze in like March or April, right? And see what the Fed does. I'm guaranteeing you they're going to cut the Fed fund rate, okay? And then once they do cut the Fed fund rate and they start to spur consumer growth, consumer spending, right? Things become a little bit more affordable, a little bit more manageable. And then you get people out there buying again. That's when you want to sell, okay? Ideally. So if you're in a situation you have to do it, well, you have to do what you have to do. But ideally, if you're trying to maximize profits, you're going to want to wait until next year to sell. But those people looking to buy, if you're financially stable, you're in a position with your job, position with your savings, this is the time. There's a lot of people in situations, right? We're going to start to see some mortgage delinquencies coming up. So this is going to be the time for buyers to pounce between now and March. So buying now in March. Refinancing to take care of the debt, call me ASAP. We have equity lines, right? Low interest equity lines to consolidate all that stuff. But I'm telling you, people, it's not as good as what they're saying. Oh man, I'm just so pissed off. I'm so pissed off at this because this is so bad and people have been lied to. And I'll even be honest with you. I've been doing this for 20 years, right? Home loans, real estate, been in this business for 20 years. And even me, sometimes I get suckered into what the Fed is saying. But when you have independent surveys like this coming out showing the true facts, you know, you have consumers out there saying, hey, I don't know about everybody else, but we're feeling the pinch. Even my rich friends are feeling the pinch, right? They're not buying the grass-fed, grass-finished organic steaks, right? They're back to just buying the regular steaks, okay? They're not spending $20, $30 on wine. They're spending, the $10 on wine. Everybody's feeling the pinch. So anyways, I babbled along about this, but I really had to do this. If you're just joining, please watch the first 5 minutes. I throw out some pretty hefty stats. In the meantime, please share this with everybody because, like I was saying a couple minutes ago, I try to provide truthful, honest info and advice. Not for me, but for you. So you can make the best decision possible for you when it comes to buying, selling, and refinancing. So if you're in a situation, you're wanting to buy, you're wanting to sell, you have debt, whatever it may be, you call me. I will tell you exactly what I know. I'll show you all your options, and then it's up to you to do whatever it is that you want to do. But at least you know where it's at. So anyways, just wanted to share this. Please feel free to like and share it with everybody that you know. And again, if you have any questions, give me a call. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.